Alrighty, so let's get into my everyday makeup routine. I've already did my eyebrows and concealed them off camera because I feel like everybody just has their own eyebrow routine. But yeah, so I just did it off camera. But first step to do is to prime. For primer, I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I love this primer. You can find it at Sephora. It's one of the best primers ever. And I'm running out of it. I just take this little bit amount and I'm just going to put it all over my face. Now that I got the primer on, it's sticky, and that means it's time to move on to my base. So for my base, I'm going to go in with concealer for today. I'm going to spot conceal first, so I'm going to go in with this concealer. This is the Rare Beauty concealer. This is in the shade 470C, and what I like to do is just take the concealer and put it on any of the spots on my face that I just feel like just needs to be corrected. So there's probably like dark spots, you know, scarring, hyperpigmentation, you know, any of that, and you just put it on there. Now I got the concealer on and I spot conceal. I let it sit there for a little bit before I blend out the concealer. And to blend out the concealer, I just like to use a flat top brush. This is the e.l.f. powder brush, but I like it because it's kind of flat top. So that's what I'm going to use to blend this out. And when I blend it out, I like to pat in small circle motions instead of just like swiping it. So that way like it's staying in the area that I'm spot concealer on. And then I'll also spray my brush with whatever setting spray I'm going to use because this also just helps set it in. So we're going to go in and we're going to blend out the concealer. Okay, now that we have the concealer blended in, I take whatever excess concealer that was on the brush and I just take it on all the places that I didn't spot conceal on. And now we're going to conceal underneath our under eyes. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer and I'm going to go underneath my eyes to use this to conceal. So what I like to do is do a dot, one swipe in the inner corner, one swipe on the outer corner, one swipe on the inner corner, and then one swipe on the outer corner at an angle. And then I also like to let this sit for a little bit. And then while this is sitting, I'm going to go ahead and take whatever sponge I'm going to blend it out with. I'm using this sponge, is what it looks like. This is like a Real Technique sponge. And then I also spray that with setting spray and I go crazy with it, just so it's wet enough. And when I blend out my concealer, I start from the outside and move in. That makes sense. So I'll start on the outside like this, so that way most of the product is getting blended on the outside, so then most of the concealer stay on the inside, if that makes sense. There, so I blended it out and this is what it looks like. It's kind of looking seamless at the moment. I'm going to also go in with concealer again, but this time we're going to try to brighten underneath our under eye, make it like a little bit more awake than what we actually is. And for that, I like to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewriting Eraser Multi-Use Concealer, and I'm using it in the shade 142 Golden, and I only like to put it in my inner corners, and I follow the same routine. I let it sit for a little bit and I blend from the outside and then I move to the inside. So we start by blending out on the edges before working our way all the way to the middle. And this just helps because it's a lighter concealer and we want to keep it like underneath the eyes because it's too brighten. And we just wait for it to dry for a little bit. So while that concealer is kind of drying a little bit, I also like to do blush. And for this, I'm also going back to Rare Beauty and I'm using the liquid blush from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Happy, and I'm just going to put that on my cheeks. And like I just smile like this and then I just swipe upwards because a little goes a long way with this product. This product is heavily colorful, and it has a lot of it. Take that same beauty sponge, I take the back of it, like the tip of it, like this part, and I like to just swipe it upwards and I smile with it, you know, just keep it on the apples of my cheek, and I really just get it in there like this. And I do the same thing on this side, and I just swipe it upwards. The goal is to swipe it upwards. I like the way blush looks when it's upwards on my cheek, like kind of on the high points on my cheek, like if it was also like concealer. And whatever's left over, I like to take and put on my nose, because I like the whole concealer on the nose thing. And I feel like when I first started doing my makeup, putting it like a dab of the liquid, not concealer, the liquid highlighter on my nose, it just made it look way too fake. So I just like to take it and I put it like this, like that, and it looks natural. So then by the time we're done with that, I can go and blend out my concealer. And once again, keeping the beauty blender wet. And to do that, we're going to be still using the setting spray, and we're going to repeat the same process we did the first time with the first concealer. So our under eyes are bright. You can see it's bright. It looks colorful. You can see the blush. So the next part after that is going to be setting our concealer. So I'm going to be using the True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. This is by Black Radiance, and this is in the shade Banana. And I love it. And then I just take it with the same beauty blender and just take a little bit of it. I just want to set it for right now, so I'm taking just a little bit of it, and I'm just going to slightly press it in those underneath the eye. So I'm literally going to press the powder in. I don't want it to sit. I'm not trying to bake, but right now we just want to set the powder so that it doesn't start creasing. Under eyes doesn't start to crease. Okay, now once I set the under eyes, I take a little bit more powder, about like this much, and I'm actually going to let it sit underneath the eyes, directly underneath the eye, like that. And it's going to actually enhance that brightening effect. And I didn't go OD with it. We don't want too much, because at the end of the day, we still want it to look somewhat kind of natural. It literally stopped recording, and I don't know where it stopped recording. But I'm doing bronzer. I'm using the Morphe Romance Bronzer, and I'm just putting it in big circles using the this Morphe angled brush. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on this side. I'm doing big fluffy circles. And now that I'm done with concealer, I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade 355 Cocconut. I'm going to take this big fluffy brush. This is just a Farrah 50F brush, and it just looks like this. I just take it, and everywhere where I didn't like put product, I'm just going to press this and on all over my face. Just press it in. And then I also take this and I take it, like squeeze the brush like this with the powder, and I sweep it right underneath my eye to help remove that powder that be left sitting up there to kind of bake. But using this, which is like more my skin tone, is going to help like lessen the how bright it's going to look. It still look bright, but it look more like my skin. Okay, so now that we have all of that done, I'm going to go ahead and spray my face. And to spray my face, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. setting it in. I fan my face and I take the back of this beauty blender that I use and I just use it to, you know, press in all the setting spray, help your makeup last. Okay, now it's time to do some eyeshadow. Very quick light eyeshadow, nothing major. So we're gonna go in with the OG Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia, Beverly Hills, ABH Cosmetics. I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild brush. I'm gonna go in with raw sienna really quickly, and I'm just gonna drag it over my eyes. Nothing major, just so my eyes can have a little color, so they're not as lifeless from the concealer that's sitting on them from when I carved out my brows. She's cute. She's looking good. Whoop. Now that we have that, it's time to add, the next part I like to do is to do mascara, and this is a simple process. So for mascara, I like to use the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara, and I like to use the base, and I also curl my eyelashes, so I'm going to do that really quickly. There's no need for me to show you a tutorial on how I curl my eyelashes and put on mascara, because I feel like it's kind of, everybody knows how to do it for the most part. Okay, mascara's on. Next is highlighter. So I just use this brush. This is just like, I don't even know what kind of brush this is, but this is what it looks like. And I also like to use the Anastasia ABH palette, and I'm going to shade Primavera and Vermeer. I just mix them together. I'll put it at the very tips of my cheeks like this. And then I go in with this brush. Oh, actually, wrong brush. I'm so sorry. I actually found it. So I go in with this brush. It's really small. It's a concealer brush. But I take the shade Primavera and Vermeer, and you know, I just put that in my inner corner. And then next is lips. So I do 2 lip combinations. I either do like a brown or black liner with clear gloss, but recently I've been loving doing a lip tint and gloss on top. I think I seen a nail do this and like one of her like Instagram videos. So I'm just taking this e.l.f. Lip tint. This is in Dewy Berry. I really don't like this lip tint. I had it forever and I just never got rid of it, but it just tints the lips, you know. This is what it looks like. Another lip tint that I do like that I have is the Balm Jour Creamy Lip Stain from the Lip Balm, and this came in like one of my Ipsy bags. I do like this one, but this one's more like a pink, so depending on how I'm feeling, if I'm going for pink or like a red look, I just do that. But once I have it, I'm going to take this gloss. I'm going to do the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss on top like this. I just really like how it looks. Especially when I do like the pink lip tip, it looks really good with it. And then for like clear gloss, I go in with the Broadway Ultra Lip Matte Oil, or I'll go in with some lip gloss that I made myself. But other than that, this is the full makeup routine. So I'm going to come back to you guys once I've changed and everything to do the outro. So yeah. Alrighty, so guys, I am back with the completed look, and this is what it came out to look like. Okay, period. We look good, we feeling good, and I feel mad pretty right now because when my makeup turns out good, it makes me feel like I am that bitch, point blank, period, and you cannot tell me otherwise. But as always, we are at the end of this YouTube video. So if you like this video and you like this makeup routine, I really hope that you stayed around to subscribe to my channel so I can see you next Sunday as well. and I hope that you gave it a thumbs up, and also comment down below what you like to use in your makeup routine and some products, as I am looking to try out some new products. But before I sign off today on this video, please follow me on my socials. My socials are going to be linked on the screen and down below in the description box, because I would love to be friends with you guys outside of YouTube. And as always, I hope you guys are being safe, being positive, and spreading positivity. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I love you guys all the way to the moon and back, and I'll definitely see you next Sunday. Mwah! Bye guys.